Guys, we've got kind of a weird thing going on today. I am unboxing a deck of cards. And who's that on this card? Who is that? It is the Bruce, the myth, the legend, Brucey B. And this deck was inspired from the deck of cards in the Neopets game Cheat. I have a lot of nostalgia for this game, so when I saw this fan-made project, I said to myself, like, I absolutely need that. So this isn't something that is produced by the official Neopets team. It's not for purchase. It's not for wide sale or anything like that. I got my hands on it a couple months ago, and I had another deck of cards, a new game, arrive today, and I was like, I can't have two of these on my desk. One of them's got to be opened. So today we'll be unboxing, opening, and talking about Neopets Cheat. Before I get into the details, I wanted to talk real quick about the person who made this project. So I found this project on Neopets Nation, and the person who put it together, their name is Aaron, and Aaron made it for their sibling because their sibling and Aaron have a good history and memory of playing Cheat on Neopets as children. And so I just wanted to give credit to Aaron for putting this project together and sharing one with me. Of course, I am a bit of a cheat savant. If you look at my user profile, what is that? Yes, it is the gold trophy, the championship trophy for Cheat. Of course, this game is very easy to play. It's one of the original Neopets card games, and it's usually on the list if you're looking up a list of easy Neopets trophies to get, as it's not a challenging game to play. As I started playing Neopets at a very young age, I learned this game by the name Cheat. However, when I went off to Girl Scout camp and learned how to play it there, it was under a different name. We would abbreviate it to the letters BS, which stand for bullshoot. I mean, of course, the second word isn't actually shoot, it's a four-letter word. But for the sake of YouTube censors, it's called bullshoot or BS. Neopets obviously censored it to cheat, which is a child-friendly word. It is a bluffing game, as you may get from the usage of the word cheat or bullshoot. And if you would like to understand how to play it, it's pretty straightforward. The game page on Neopets explains it pretty well, but also there's this scene in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days starring Katherine Hudson and Matthew McConaughey that uses the game as almost like a script device to have the characters confront and interact with one another. Regardless, here is how they describe the game.
My dear?
I don't really know how to play.
Well, we're going to teach you how. It's very simple. I'm going to look at my hand, and I'm going to see what I've got here. And, well, you know, I've got two aces here. Well, two aces. What do you say to that? What are you going to say?
Cheap.
Mm-hmm. What did she say? I didn't quite hear. I didn't hear what she said. What did you say?
Cheap.
Oh, right. Well, she knows how to play the game.
Yes, and then Matthew McConaughey walks in carrying a baby because it's a rom-com, and that's what happens in rom-coms. Basically, the whole point of Cheat is that the first player to have no cards in their hands wins, and you bluff to say that a card is another card, and if somebody calls your bluff, then you have to pick up the entire pile. On Neopets, you play only against NPCs, and one of them is the aforementioned Brucey B. Brucey B started his own plot early on in Neopets, so it's kind of a deep reference. As you play through the game on Neopets.com, they will hand out something called battle cards, which are actual equipment that you can equip on your Neopet to use in the Battle Dome. Brucey B's battle card is the design inspiration for this deck of cards box. As I mentioned, this box has been sitting on my desk for months. It probably is over 6 months since I've gotten it in the mail, but I wanted to record it, so I actually have a 2-camera setup. The better of the 2 cameras is actually my personal smartphone, so that's my Pixel, versus the webcam that I use to record my sit-down conversation. However, I jump between the two of them, so if you see a difference in like coloration or quality, that's why. I just wanted to make sure that this was a good unboxing experience. This is a standard card deck with the 4 suits and then 2 Joker cards. The Joker cards are some Jester Bloomaroos. As a Bloomaroo fan, always excited to see them. The actual cards in the various suits, some of them closely resemble the cards from the cheat deck. However, the face cards have different artwork than the cheat deck face cards. I have the face cards for the House of Clubs pulled up. We've got the King, the Queen, and the Jack. The King is a Bruce, the Queen is a Quiggle, and the Jack is a Snuffly. The reason why I don't think that they chose to use this artwork is just because of how low quality it is. It's very pixelated. These are 70 by 90 pixels large, so they're not going to scale up well. The Brucey Bee on the front of the box is quite pixelated, and if the fan would have put that artwork on each of these cards, it would have been equally as pixelated, which is why I believe they opted to use unconverted royal Neopets. That artwork is just more higher fidelity. It is less lossy. In the suit of spades, the spades have some curly cues on them that I didn't quite understand at first, but then when I replayed cheat, the spades in the suit actually do have the curly cue, so that was a place where they took that design nod. They don't match exactly, but they are quite similar to the spades in the actual cheat deck. Also, there's a suit of neg instead of a suit of hearts. This is also a direct callback to the Neopets cheat deck, and I thought that was really cute. I really appreciated that. When I saw that it was a neg, at first that really took me off guard. I did not expect to see that. It's clearly been a very long time since I've played the cheat game because the neg is the love deck. It is the heart suit. So that was a really cute design nod as well. The back of these cards was a reveal that I was not expecting. So it is the traditional classic Neopets logo with the 3 stars, and the 3 stars are used as a design motif on both the bottom and the top of the card, and then there is like a radial and a gradient behind the logo. It really pops. It's very cute. I was not expecting to see something so vibrant. It reminds me of the card back from the Neopets trading card game. It doesn't have a black border like that card design has. However, it is a very attractive and vibrant design. I wish that it would have been reflected perhaps with the Neopets logo on top and then reflected on bottom as well, so you couldn't tell if the card was right side up or not. That being said, this is not a product, it's not for sale, they're not asking for feedback, so it's not really my place to give feedback. What I'm just trying to say is I'm very excited to have this deck of cards. It's very nostalgic. For me, it would be something that I could break out with some friends who are in the know about Neopets.com and have a good game, and they would all be delighted and enchanted by the little nods to whimsy from the game on Neopets.com itself. Everybody who's played Neopets knows cheat, so just bringing out the card deck with Brucey Bee on the cover would incite some nostalgia, some positive feelings in the room. I'm really pleased to have this as part of my collection. And speaking of that collection, I have some other cards to go through if you guys are curious and just seeing those real quick to get a little bit of context to the other types of cards in my card deck collection. I kind of stopped collecting these because it became clear that I had a Kickstarter playing deck problem, and that if I did not hold myself back, I would get way too many playing decks. How frequently do I play cards? Not frequently, but you couldn't tell that from how many decks of cards I have. That was a typography themed deck, very pretty. I've opened that one before. It's traveled with me through at least 3 homes. This next deck I've never opened before, so I opened 2 card decks today. Woo! And it is a Ouija board themed deck. It's very occult-ish, and this box is absolutely beautiful. The entire piece is a piece of art. I don't know if you can tell, but the theme here is definitely the art. I was supporting art by buying these decks of cards. They're nice things to have around to just touch and interact with. This one is a high piece of art. It is high art, and it's really beautiful. I'm excited that I opened it even today just because of how nice it is to interact with these pieces. a lot of love and care went into the design of this card deck. I've often, thought about designing one myself, but I'm not that active of an artist, so I'm just living vicariously through these incredible pieces made by other people. I also was into tarot card decks for a while, so one of the decks at the end is going to be a tarot card deck. And that ultimately brings us back to the topic of Neopets, because one of Neopets' main, most popular artists on social media, Anthony Conley, was promoting the Neopets tarot card deck that he's been working on with Geekify. And it is priced very reasonably. It's priced for $50. And for whatever reason, I just keep telling myself, like, oh, I can't do that. That's too much. But after making this video, I sat down and I decided, okay, like, I clearly like these. And also, I'm capable of filming myself unboxing it because I was a little unconfident from the last time that I showed cards. But I feel like this has gone pretty well, actually. So I went forward and I placed an order for the Neopets tarot card deck. They haven't been shipped yet. I haven't seen any out on the internet. So I suspect that I'll get them when everybody else gets them. And in that case, I'll be happy to share that unboxing. Anyways, this is just like a little piece of Neopets content that is agnostic to stuff that goes on the website, and it's a very specialized thing because it's not for general acquisition, it's not for sale or whatever. I just wanted to share this as just a really cute project that I was able to get in on and just get a deck myself. Just kind of a fun thing to share. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great holiday season and that everybody is doing well, and hopefully I will talk to you all soon. All right, bye.